Hi guys, it's Kate here to Bead Just So. Today I'm going to show you how to make a cute little pair of earrings, and we are going to learn how to use the one-step looper by Beadsmith. This tool is fantastic when you're making earrings or loops of any kind, and it's great for bead chains. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use this tool, and then we are going to go ahead and make these beautiful Hamsa earrings. I adore them. So I have the Hamsas in a whole bunch of different colors, and you can see I have a pair in, so you can see how they hang. So let's get started. The one-step looper is, like I said, a fantastic tool. It's made by Beadsmith, and when you purchase it, it actually comes with really great instructions on the back, but I'll just give you a little video on how to do it. It's just like everything else, it takes a little bit of practice. So what I recommend doing is saving all your little scraps. When I make earrings here at the shop, I never, well, unless the end is really short, I always keep the ends of my head pins. Another great way to learn how to use this is to use 20 gauge just wire. So this is copper core wire with a silver plate. And when I'm teaching my staff how to use this tool, what I do is I cut like a 2-foot piece of wire, and then I have them make a loop, cut it off, start again, make another loop, cut it off, start again, just to get the feel of the tool and practice, and that way you're not wasting a whole bunch of head pins. And this wire isn't very expensive, so it's a great practicing tool. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to use it. So this tool is really, really wide. I don't know whose hand this is supposed to comfortably fit in, but it does take a little getting used to because it is so wide. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera down, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but I'm going to walk you through it every step of the way. So hang tight while we flip down here. Let's see, maybe we'll go right there so that I can see and you can see. Okay, so the tool has to be completely wide open. So some people, if you have a really particularly small hand, you want to kind of lay it down on the table, but I'm going to hold it up and hopefully you can see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm taking just a random piece of wire. It's an end of a head pin, and I'm going to put it through. So you want to kind of go you want to go, from my stance, it's over, under, under, over. So it's straight through there, like that. And then there's this hole on the back side, so that if you do have extra wire, it just sticks right out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down a little bit, and I'm going to just squeeze. Now, as soon as the tool grabs the wire, let go of the wire. Think Elsa, let it go, and then you're just going to squeeze. And this is one of those tools that once you start squeezing, you have to just kind of follow through. You can't pause in the middle because it won't work. So then we've got it cut and everything. I don't know if you saw that, but it did cut it off. Now I'm going to just take this and I'm going to rock it back just a little, just like that. And then when I open it up and take it off, which sometimes you have to shake it off of there. See that? Perfect loop, just like that. Very cool. Okay, so let's do another one. We take our tool and we put this in like that. And again, if we had a really, really long head pin or eye pin, we would just stick it out the back there. But I'm just going to put it in there. Now, I want to show you that I'm not on that back pad. The pin is not laying down when I cut it like that. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of holding it up a little bit. There we go. You should be able to see that. I'm holding it up so that it's not resting down there. What happens is when it's resting down there, for some reason it moves. The pin moves and your loops don't end up straight. So you got to kind of lift it up off of there. And now I'm just going to squeeze. And as soon as the tool grabs the wire, I let it go and I squeeze. And then I'm just going to rock this back a little bit, just like that. And then I'm going to open and take it off. And we have another perfect loop, just like that. Very cool. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm going to show you, I have just some random crystals here. I'm going to put a bead on. And then I'm going to put this through again. Now, if I want it, most of the time you want your bead, you want the loop you're making right up next to that bead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this so that the bead is right up against that edge of the tool there. and I'm going to kind of hold it, and you can already see I've let it go, and it's gripping. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze, and it has made another loop. There you go. See? So just like that, you have a loop on either side, which of course does not want to sit the right way, but you have a loop on both sides there. So let's do another one. We've already made the loop on this side, so we're going to put another crystal on, and we're going to put this in. And again, I'm pushing the bead so that it's all the way up against that first part of the tool. The pin is not resting on the pad, the back of the tool, and I'm going to squeeze until it grabs, let it go, and then I'm going to squeeze all the way through. And when I take it off, I have yet another perfect loop. So to connect these, if I wanted to make a bead chain, or if I wanted to hook this onto an earring, just like you would a regular eye pin or jump ring, you just kind of grab the loop, and I'm going to bend my wrist. I'm going to twist my wrist so that that loop opens, and then I'm going to hook the next piece, whatever you're hooking on, whether it be an ear wire or another bead on a pin, on there. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go the opposite way with my wrist to close it. I just go straight down, and there it is. 2 pieces connected, just like that. All right, so easy peasy. Let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to make our earrings. So this is what our final product will be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, for this project, you need 2 beads that are drilled through, so side to side, but it needs to be kind of at the top. If you do something in the middle, unless it's a perfectly round bead, whatever the heaviest side is, it's going to flop. And unless it's really, you know, meant to look like this, it's not going to look quite right. So we need 2 beads. We need 2 head pins. I'm sorry, eye pins for this project, or 2 pieces of wire, and we can make them into eye pins. And then we need 2 pieces of chain. I did not, silly me, measure these. But for these, it's not really about measurement. It's about the number of loops. So these pieces of chain each have 9 large links that I can hook into. So what we're going to do, I'll show you, it needs to be an odd number. So those are there. And then we're going to need some ear wires. So I have these beautiful gold filled ear wires here that we're going to use. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So you're going to put your bead onto your pin like this and feed it all the way through. And then we're going to use our 1-step looper. So we put the pin through, and remember how I said if it's really long, it sticks out the back there? Well, there you go. All right, now, because of the shape of this bead, I'm putting it so that the narrower end of this bead is up against that piece so that I don't have extra wire hanging out. So I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze, and there we go. There's our loop, just like that. All right, so now I'm going to show you this. Do you see how my loops are kind of wonky? Like one is one direction and one is the other. What I'm going to do is take 2 pairs of flat nose pliers, which of course I only have one right here, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 loop in 1 pair of pliers like this, and I'm going to grab the other one, and see how my pliers are not going the same direction. If I just twist, they will go ahead and be the same direction, like that. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, just like I showed you, I'm going to open 1 loop of my earring. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to slip the end of one of my pieces of chain right on there, and then I'm going to close it. So I twisted my wrist to open it, and then I'm going to twist my wrist back the other way to close it down. All right, and my wire through the bead kind of bent a little bit, so I'm just going to straighten it out a little bit. Here we go. Okay, now I come to the other side, so I flip this around, and I want, to open this side of the ring, or the loop rather. So I'm going to open that up. Now I'm going to take the other end of that chain that's already attached, and I'm going to hook it into there. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other to close it. I'm going to just pull my wrist back down, and then you'll see how it's attached? just like that. And then to complete this earring, what I'm going to do is I hold my ear wire in my hand, and then I grab as much of this loop as I can. So see how I've got about half of it in the plier? That way I can open that nicely without it like bending out of shape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my earring and I'm going to find the middle link of chain. So I know that I had 9 links, so the middle one will be the 5th one. It's also pretty easy to spot on this earring. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip that middle link of chain through that ear wire, and then I'm going to close the ear wire back down like that, so it's nice and closed. And I have one earring complete. So pretty. Love that blue. All right, so let's make the other one. We're going to take our head pin, we're going to put our bead on, and then we're going to make another loop. So again, I'm going to take the narrower part of this bead and I'm going to put it up against the tool here. So we open the tool all the way wide. When I'm teaching this class, quite often people, hold the tool so that it's comfortable in their hand. And then when you go to put this through, you can't get the wire in. So it needs to be all the way open so that you can get your pin all the way through. And then you push it up close and then you squeeze. And as soon as it grabs, you let go. You squeeze it all the way through. And you have 2 loops, one on either side of your bead. So then we take our 2 pairs of pliers, and this one I did a pretty good job, but we'll just straighten them out anyway. Perfect. Okay, so, all right, now we're going to open this loop. We're going to slip our chain on, and then we are going to close it up. Whoa. Close it right up there. All right, and then we're going to open the other side. We are going to slip our second end of the chain through there and then close it up. Just like that. And then the final step is just to attach the ear wire. So again, you're going to just grab, I grab about half of that loop with my plier. I rock it back, I slip the middle link, whoops, that's not the middle link, I slip the middle link on there, and then I just close it right up. And just like that, we have a finished pair of earrings. Very cute. All right, so there are those. All right, so I'll bring you back up. All right, so I promise you this tool is super easy to use. It's called the one-step looper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little deal. So I'm going to sell, I already sell the tool, but I'm also going to sell these kits. So you can, I know a lot of my customers already have this tool and you love it. So if you already have this and you just want the earring kit, I'm going to sell those. But if you don't have the one-step looper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell you the one-step looper and the kit of your choice and give you a little discounts on that. So that will be fun. So I'm going to post lots of different color options. Oh, I was going to slide my bead mat over and then show you. I have a whole bunch of Hamsas. Let me do this. And then I have some semi-precious stones and some other Czech glass beads. The Hamsas are Czech glass, by the way. So I'm just going to spin this down. All right, so these are all the Hamsas in the different colors that I have. And then I have these Czech glass beads. So these are really cool. They're orange, translucent, and then they have a gold metallic on them. These beautiful cyan colored ones are gorgeous. And then I have these super sweet little Czech glass hearts. They're kind of like a mix of a fuchsia and a purple. They're really pretty. And then for the semi-precious stone, I have these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous Russian Amazonite pieces. And I only have a few left, but they're drilled through the top. Of course, my head pins don't want to fit through, but they are drilled right that way. So I will make sure that the head pins that come in the kit actually fit, but they go this way. And then I have these gorgeous pieces of raw amethyst. So they have like the outside of a stone And then you can see the different layers through them. And then they've got that crystal druzy on the bottom. They are gorgeous. So I have a few of those as well. And I will, of course, pair them up by size and shape and whatnot, but those are in there. So I have lots of options. I will get them posted. And again, this tool is super easy to use. It's very convenient. When I do birthday parties and all the little girls want earrings, right now I'm able to bang out lots of earrings very quickly. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will put links to the tools and the kits in the comments below or the description below. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow us on social media, and happy beading. Take care.